Yo, 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 what up, though? What up, though, my peoples? It's your favorite businessman, CEO Rico on CEORicoTV.com. What's the word? Y'all already know. Appreciate the love as always. Your man is in the building. What up, though, everybody? So, how has y'all week been? My week has challenges. I should say that. You know, typically when people have discussions, they kind of like to, oh, everything was okay. It was all right. But some people just give you the real, like, nah, my week was kind of like effed up. It's just real world stuff, because life be lifing. You feel me? Just lifing. But what I always say is, you can't complain about it because complaining ain't gonna do nothing for you. So don't complain. First and foremost, I want to say shout out to all my subscribers, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your mans for real. Appreciate the conversation, appreciate everything, the back and forth. And of course, y'all already know we're gonna turn up like we do all the time, right? So as y'all already know, Friday 10 p.m. we always in the building every Friday 10 p.m. So make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we on. Because this is our show. Real quick. So I got another YouTube channel. I had it for a little minute, Urban CEO Network. So if anybody is seeing this and y'all like the business content, you want to go over there and subscribe to that because that's where we get cracking with that. So let's jump right into it. I know y'all have seen what has been going on with Shannon Sharpe. Man, listen. It's so crazy that Shannon is in this situation. Straight up. Now, we going to review some videos, of course. We going to definitely, read this article. I got an article pulled up that I want to go down and, discuss or whatever with y'all. Because ever since the allegation came out, I think it came out it's Friday. I think it popped off like Monday or Tuesday is when it came out. But the craziest thing behind it all, it's kind of like it's always a sequence of events that go on, right? And that's the thing that's always the craziest because it's like, man, how do people, because we've seen it time and time again. We've seen it happen to other individuals. So it's kind of like how does this how does this repeat itself every single time when someone has, like, let's say a huge bag coming up, or they got like a huge maybe sponsorship or just something really big going on in their career where they have visibility and it's like something big is about to pop off in there, bam, something pop up that's about to take them out the game, and where their career is kind of like at a standstill. And it's crazy because it's always the same thing every time when it comes to men. Every time. And while I try to look at things from both points of view, it's just, as a man, I don't get how someone that has like that status falls victim to this every single time. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. So I wanna bring this up real quick because I want to share this because it dives into what we about to talk about. So blow this up. Hey, another reason I like doing this too is because they I've been seeing in the media that they try to say like black men can't read and all this dumb stuff, right? So it's kind of like well, here's one that can very well, even though I truly don't like reading, honestly, but when you're very good at something, that don't necessarily mean you like it. Anyway, so we got the sexual assault defamation lawsuit. All right. So it says a representative for Sharpe called the allegations ridiculous and a statement to page 6, right? But anyway, so this particular article is actually having a quick discussion about another woman that actually accused Shannon Sharpe of basically sexually assaulting her. See, the craziest thing to me is it seems like when you have one individual, like one woman that pops up and says something like this, it's so miraculous to me that out of nowhere, all these different women pop up. And it's like clockwork, man. It's to the point where when you see a headline like that, it's like not only do we already know the sequence of events that's about to happen, but two, it's kind of like it doesn't even have a shock value anymore. Like you don't get any like, oh my God, what really? It's like nah. It's like and especially when the instances are so close together. Because remember, the lawyer on a case with the plaintiff, which we actually found out was a woman by the name of uh Shannon called her Gabby, but her name is Gabrielle something. I had just looked it up a little while ago. I forgot her last name. But um she popped up, basically said, he did what he did. And then another one, what's her name? Michelle Evans. It's another chick. Oh, but the plaintiff name is Gabby. And then the lawyer is Tony Busby, which is the same dude that accused Jay-Z of having a sexual assault, well, sexually assaulting a young woman with Diddy a while ago. And it actually came out he never even been in the same room or even seen this woman before. But the same attorney is the one who's going after Shannon Sharpe. So, and this article said, so it says a woman suing Shannon Sharpe for alleged defamation also alleges in the complaint that the NFL Hall of Famer sexually assaulted her in 2010. Now, this is another thing. I mean, because we kind of got to go down step. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying, brick by brick, because every time we see something like this, specifically like this, it's always like a long time ago. And that's one thing I never get, because it's like, I'm not saying that things don't happen. So please understand me, like understand exactly what I'm not saying that things cannot happen. But it's one of those things where it's like if something happens, why do you wait so long to report it? And then think about it like this. Typically, when you go like press charges against somebody, or basically like you get the authorities involved and you want something to happen, typically you want it to be like a criminal thing, because it's like, you did something to me that was wrong against the law. You violated me. I want you to go to jail. I want you to be prosecuted, like along those lines. But why does it seem like it's every time it's a civil thing, where it's like it's a monetary value attached to it? Now, I'm not necessarily saying there's anything wrong with, like, if you want it, if pain and suffering, or something like that, and if it's valid, cool. But y'all just go straight for the money. At that point, it's like, bro, it's a money grab. It got to be a shakedown, right? That's the only thing I could think of. So it says Michelle Evans filed suit against Sharpe in New York in 2023. See, 13 years later, nearly two years before another woman suing under the name Jane Doe, which we know her name now, accused Sharpe of raping her in a lawsuit filed in Nevada earlier this week. Sharpe has strongly denied the allegations in Nevada lawsuit, claiming that the relationship had been consensual, and called the lawsuit a shakedown. So, New York complaint obtained by Peoples. Evans, who is representing herself, which was another crazy thing too, claims that she had been in a relationship with Sharpe for nearly a decade, ending in 2010, when she says they got into an argument over his alleged infidelity. Evans alleges Sharpe then requested that the two have sex and that she refused. The defendant proceeded to forcefully subdue me, compelling me to my see. It's just like when you as you reading it, right? Because the quotations mean that she's actually saying this. So if you're actually saying this, it's like the story doesn't make sense. You get what I'm saying? Like it's like when you telling somebody something, if I can't just go off just straight up believing you. Like that's done with, because we've seen this too many times where women that just say something and then it's proven that what they was actually saying was a lie. So all that believe all women, that shit is out the window. It got to make sense. I'm sorry, it just does. So it says, compelling me to my knees and subsequently engaging in non-consensual oral penetration. Basically mean head, right? The complaint alleges, despite my protest, he persisted in his violation. Evans further claims that claims the assault continued beyond the alleged forcibly oral sex. Therefore, Shannon's coercion escalated as he maneuvered me onto the bed and achieved non-consensual vaginal penetration, all the while proclaiming his intent to make it so no other man will want me. Evans alleges. Like, I'm gonna read this last one and we're gonna talk about it. Though Evans is not suing Sharpe for sexual assault, bam, she claims he threatened to ruin her reputation and that the ensuing media commentary was rife with defamation commentary assailing my professional reputation. My bad. So having that like just reading through this, right? There's so many holes to the story because I'm gonna say it like this. Let's just let's go back. So 2010, this pop off between you. Y'all was dating. Y'all was dating for a while. He was cheating. That's what y'all got into an argument about. And he, whatever, he was about to leave or whatever, right? So if that's what ended your relationship, I don't get it. Like I wouldn't see like, okay, I'm gonna force you to get on your knees to, give head, and then I'm gonna maneuver you and forcefully put you onto the bed in order to, have my way with you. That doesn't seem legit because hear me out. If let's say just a woman, whatever, because I was going, because mainly men, we kind of we come here and we kick it or whatever. Women don't really like enter the room because women they more so want their feelings to be um in the conversation to where you making them feel good. And we don't do that because that's not the truth. How is it that if he did all this to you, you didn't go report it to the police? Because it's in violation of you, your rights, your body, all like that. How do you not go report that? And then why do you wait 13 years to file a lawsuit? But it's not even for that, it's for defamation. But then you bring this up as well. And then no attorney wanted to represent her. Not a single attorney wanted to represent her. That don't make sense either because it's kind of like if he got a bag and you clearly have evidence that shows that he did this, it's an easy open and shut case for you. You gonna get paid if that's what you want. But that wasn't the case. So it's always gonna make you just raise that eyebrow, like, wait a minute, what? Like, I don't believe you. It don't make sense. So we gonna transition over because we actually got the video, the recording of him having a conversation with his accuser, which, like I said, her name is Gabrielle something, but we're just gonna call her Gabby. And crazy thing is, I guess she a OnlyFans chick, right? So let's hop into that because that one is yeah, we definitely we gotta see what Uncle on, what type of time he on.
Like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
oh Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
So Pete, right? Just by simply hearing that conversation, right? Now, mind you, when you listening to the video, right? I want you to also be aware that video has been edited. The audio was edited, so that's not like a straight, clear cut all the way through. You hear the entire conversation. Nah, they piece that together. So right there, that's the indication that, okay, you're trying to relay a certain message to the audience to where they take a side. And the person that's not truly thinking for real, they just gonna fall right into it like, oh my God, he's a monster. He did this, he did that. Now, one thing that when you reading into everything, she supposedly says that he did this in October of 2024, and then he did it again January of 2025. But here's the crazy part. The plot thickens, right? He had $100 million contract that he was about to get for the podcasting and everything, for all his shows and everything like that. He had $100 million that was coming his way. Few days after that was announced, because his current contract is ending. Soon as that came out, bam, lawsuit comes in, 50 mil, bro. $50 million payday. And it's what? April? So so supposedly happened in October and January, but then you wait all the way until now to supposedly he did all these things to you. Then that whole audio was a setup too. So that was another thing. So it's like when you start putting it all together, it's like, hold on, bro. Wait a minute. Then your attorney is the same attorney that went after Jay-Z. The exact same attorney. So off rip, you're not even really getting credibility right there, because your attorney is on some, as they call them, like ambulance chasers. Like they just chasing something to try to get a payday, right? But effed up though. He effed up in one part, and we gonna go over. But we gonna get into this video first.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
Now, that was his message, right? He had to get out in front of it, which I respect it, because your image is everything. This is one thing that I learned from Kevin Samuels. He was basically explaining that it was specifically, to black men, but your image is everything. So that's why you should basically, like, when you step on the scene, you should always be dressed to impress, always keep your face taken care of, you be well groomed, smell good, all like that, because your image is everything. So I completely understand that. Now take it into, this realm where you have somebody that has significant visibility. It matters so much more. So him coming out here and basically saying like, yo, this is a shakedown, this ain't really what's going on, stuff like that, mad respect. You feel what I'm saying? Now, it says that he was about to close on a podcast deal that was worth more than 100 million. Now, mind you, um got like, how many shows? I know he got one called Nightcap. He has the one that is Nightcap, is Club Shay Shay. He had another one that was supposed to be like a little spinoff with Ocho Cinco, his chick. And so he Unc out here working. You feel what I'm saying? He's working. So seeing that and him having that issue is really bananas to me. You feel what I'm saying? We got some quick comments. And my man's Charles in the building. What up, though, bro? I don't know if Shannon did what they are accusing him of, but he should be ashamed of how reckless he is being with his meat. So I hear you, right? I hear you. But and I hear and I agree with you to a certain point, but I disagree. Here's why. I agree with you because it's like, bro, you have a significant status, you have significant visibility, you're worth a lot of money. If Shorty is a OnlyFans, off rip right there is telling you it's money attached to it. Now, if he was a person that was a pay to play, I'm not necessarily mad at him because he's busy, he's always working, and it's kind of like, does he really have time for a relationship to really put into a relationship with somebody? I don't know. I can't say yes. I can't say no. But I know when a man is significantly busy, he has a number of different things. Women don't really like that. Even though they try to say, they want a man of a certain status and a certain stature, they want these things, they don't really know what that really entails. So it's kind of like why can't he, have a little fun, smash chick here, whatever. But my thing is, if you gonna do all that, if you gonna move that way, bro, protect yourself. Have the NDAs in place. Have certain stipulations in place. Don't be saying crazy stuff over the phone, because it's like that whole conversation didn't even sound like it was a threatening conversation, and that's only because I know the way I talk to my babe sometimes and how we talk to each other sometimes, and depending on what their relationship is. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like and then here's the one thing. When she said, and the way she said it, I don't really want to be choked. It was like the way she said it was as if she liked that type of stuff. And I'm not even trying to dive deep into it, but come on, y'all. Y'all know, y'all, I call it this. I call it the caking voice. Like when it start getting nighttime, and then like let's say you on the phone talking to somebody that you rock with, and then it's like your voice get real low. Like if you're a dude, your voice get kind of deep, you know what I'm saying? And then if you're a chick, your voice get real low, but you try to sound real sexy. You get what I'm saying? That's kind of what I heard old girl doing. I don't know if y'all heard it, but I heard it. Cause I done heard plenty of people trying to cake on the phone. So when she said it, I'm like, nah, bro, that's a whole setup. You feel what I'm saying? It's definitely a money play. My man said Shannon is really trying to be a porn star out here in these streets. Hey, I mean, if my man if that's what he wanted to do, I mean, if it's a bag there for him, it is what it is. That's all I can say. I'm not necessarily mad at Unc. I'm just mad at the way he moving, because he moving like he kind of moving stupid. You know what I'm saying? Auntie say Shannon is only doing what a lady is allowing. She just out for the money. I agree. I really would agree. But here's my thing though. At what point did she decide to do this? Like, what was it? Was it she got mad because he had other shorties? Because y'all remember the one video that the one leaked audio that had came out a little while ago of Unc basically getting busy. You heard him getting busy online. That was like the end of last year, earlier this year, something like that, somewhere in that time frame. So if he was already messing with old girl, it's kind of like you already know what type of time Uncle's really on. He was out here smashing different chicks. So, like, what made you mad to where you wanted to do that and just change on him? That's where it's really like what happened. She was really too calm. That was a turn on for her. All the exact. See what I'm saying? Exactly. That's exactly what it was. And I feel the exact same way. That's how Shorty really was rocking. And that's why it's so crazy, man. It's just like at what point did you change? Yeah, man, Uncle's out here moving like a YN instead of hey, I agree 100%. He definitely is moving like a YN instead of an OG. Cause man, it's just when you got that much money on the line, bro, you do not move the way you would when you was in your 20s. Like Shannon even got I can't, what was it on? I can't remember what he was on. He was having a conversation and he was explaining on the time he got caught in a chick crib, by I guess by her one dude. Like it happened to him twice. And he said after that he'll never go over no woman house. It's like, bro, women has damn near been your demise since the beginning. Like since you was balling, I think he said it was in college or whatever. He almost got offed because he was rocking with the wrong chick. So it's like at this point in the game, bro, you should know what you should be out here doing and what you shouldn't be doing. You feel what I'm saying? Now I got some audio from another video, but it's actually some women speaking on it.
Shannon Sharpe
So let's hop
saga.
into that
All
real
right.
quick.
Disturbing audio of Shannon Sharpe exposed. We're going to get into it. Here it is.
Well, what? Yeah.
No, we ain't listening to that. We already
Saying,
heard that.
quote, I'm going to effing choke the out of you, end quote. She began the consensual relationship with Sharpe later.
I don't like this
Wonder
dude that
why
much.
Tracy Ellis Ross is happily single, and I wonder why Tracy Ellis Ross.
All right, real
Some
quick.
context.
So as we get into this video, right, I want y'all to listen to it because I did listen to it a little bit, right? What I want y'all to pay attention to is because we always have this conversation amongst, men and women on the internet. Now, here's one thing that I definitely learned. I learned that if you turn the TV off and go outside, it's a completely different reality than what is on the internet. But we have to also understand that the people that's on the internet, they are making so much noise out here to where it's like you can't just deny what they're saying. So that's why we got to have the differentiation amongst the two. Well, listen to these black women.
Here's some of those responses.
And y'all wonder why Tracy Ellis Ross is happily single, and as far as we know, Regina King is single. And
I don't care what nobody say. When women get so old and by themselves, all that they happily single, that is some bullshit. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. Don't nobody want to be single. Nobody. In general. Like everybody wanted to clap some cheeks. You feel what I'm saying? Like why you out here lying? Don't believe that.
Regina Hall is single, and Nia Long is now single because the men in their proximity, their direct proximity, not only their proximity, their age mates, out here doing like Shannon Sharpe.
Shannon Sharpe is a prime example of all of these men talking about women they just gonna be alone. But behind the scenes, you texted a 19-year-old teenager about big black baby gravy.
Start dating in your age bracket and maybe you won't have these problems.
See, there's some old women that start getting pissed off because he dating younger chicks. But now let's be 100. When a man gets to a certain position in his life, I mean, especially if he got the status and the money and everything, he can kind of do whatever the hell he want. Like, let's just be 100 because all the women want him, not the other way around. So it's like to tell a grown ass man, oh, they in your age range. It's like, no, if I don't have to, I can do whatever the fuck I want when I want. You just mad because you can't get me and I don't want your ass. You feel what I'm saying? It's like y'all gotta stop with that because like the old girl that was in the first video, she said Tracy Ellis Ross out here happily single and all like that. That lady even said she's dating younger men, and we gonna talk about that later. But yeah, don't be believing this bullshit that these women be on. Like it just be sounding stupid.
I said what I said. I would like to know less about you. I would like to know less. Do.
I remember when
I don't even know what that was about. Old girl doing that whole singing thing. I have no idea what the hell that was about. That just didn't even make sense to me. But that's the commentary. Ain't that crazy? Like they talking mad shit because he in a little situation, but it's like, bro, my thing is this. I get sick of this whole entitlement thing where it's basically people, I'm not gonna say people, when it's black men, black women are always coming out saying that's what you get. You should have been dating your age range, things like that. I feel like that's very unfair. You feel what I'm saying? And just like, he was dating with he was rocking with a snow bunny, right? Hey, listen, I'm for you being with what you are. So if you are white man, white woman, Asian, black, I'm with that. But I'm also okay to people going outside of their group and going in other groups. It is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? And if you mad about it, that's kind of something that you just got to deal with on your own. But black men in general, I don't really ever see black men saying to black women, oh yeah, you should be dating a black man, or that's what you get. You should have been with a black man, or saying some ignorant shit like that. It's kind of like a baby girl. If you want to go date white dudes or Asian, who gives a fuck? Go do it. Bye. Like seriously, like go. Who cares? Go be happy if that's what the fuck you think you want. And if you think that you're gonna get more, by all means, go do it. So it's like, why can't those black women say the same thing in return? You feel what I'm saying? But one thing you will see though, when you hop on the internet, you do your little search or whatever, one thing you will see is the women that are going to go do it, they completely change who they are in general. They're more soft, they willing to spend more money. Oh, like it's crazy on how they just like switch. You feel what I'm saying? So this next one I want to show y'all is really crazy to me because this is the very first time where I've seen a woman like have a opinion about something and I actually agree with it. Maybe I said that wrong, but I don't care. Because I mean, if a woman is speaking some smart shit, I'm rocking with her. But typically they don't, especially ones on the internet. But here, I had to agree with Shorty. I'm not even gonna lie.
And she asked him to put a condom on and he did not. That's some of the allegations that she's making. So that's her claim of essay, right? Mm-hmm. He's saying this is just foreplay of how we talk. I don't think when he said, I'm gonna come over there and choke you, that didn't sound like foreplay to me. I do think there's part of the conversation that we're not hearing. I do agree with that.
All right, I disagree with her on that foreplay part. I'm not agreeing with her. I think that's the way that they talk sometimes. So, yeah.
Which begs the question, Shannon Sharpe, you are a 55, 56-year-old man that is a veteran in this business. And we can say she set you up, but the main person that set themselves up is you, Shannon Sharpe. You should know better by now. I don't understand high value men that continue to get caught up in situations like this. Now, at the end of the day, this very well may be a case of there was no SA, but it's just like we don't professionally, ESPN is not going to be happy about these personal details being out in the streets because it's disgusting, right? It's not a good look for these corporations, Disney Corporation, the parent company. It's not good. So you very well may be innocent of a crime, but guilty of being stupid.
Now, she is absolutely right. Absolutely right. Because you are an OG. I don't understand why you're like he was moving that way. Now, I don't know if it was one of those situations where it was like I don't know, like I guess he wanted her more or he liked her more because I just can't seem to understand how you get yourself into that situation. I just don't get it. Now, hold on. Cuz I'm trying to had a guest speaker popping up, but she talking about the link ain't working. Hold on, 2 seconds, y'all. 2 seconds. Just let me see what's up. I don't know why the link is not working. Copy it and paste it into the URL, and it might work that way. But I lost my train of thought, so we're gonna read a comment. Oh yeah, that lady named Tracy Ellis Ross and Nia Long and Shannon don't want any black women. Laugh my fucking ass. I mean, hey, everybody got a preference, man. Like you can't be mad at nobody for their own preference. Well, I don't know. I don't know. This is probably why we see rappers and entertainers passing around the same women in their circles because they already know the deal and they don't file lawsuits trying to get money. So you got a point, right? And that was a question that kind of popped up in another panel discussion that I was listening to, where it seemed that the entertainers and the rappers they passed around like the same women. Prime example was my man's, what was his name? Edward Johnson, I think it was. We talked about him a few weeks ago with his baby mama situation, who was little baby's baby mama. That kind of popped up because it was one of those. I was talking to my babe about it, and I'm like, I don't get why they do that type of stuff. Like, why do They get a woman, get her pregnant, and then she go to another dude. That dude gets her pregnant, and it's kind of like they pass them all around. Is it like unnecessary? Like they won't file lawsuits? I don't know, because they get them pregnant, and then as soon as they get them pregnant, after the lawsuit, you got child support, and these child support payments be astronomical, bro. So, so you definitely raised a very valid point, and that's one thing I really thought about, but I still come down to is like I don't know, because why not just go find like I don't know, why not go like find a chick that's like real cute but like not known? Like, what is it about these certain chicks where it's like they already in the industry? Because it's like when they're in the industry and they're a part of that life already, they may Anthony Edwards, thank you. They know how stuff goes, but it's still like yeah, I'm just waiting on you to F up a little bit because it's definitely money that's gonna be involved. That's kind of how I see it. Like real talk. So, but yeah, Unc, he messed up big time, dog. Like he $100 million contract that was on the line. That's now basically null and void as of right now. He also had to step down from ESPN. Well, he didn't have to, but he stepped aside, and because he stepped aside, he basically it was just like hey, I'm gonna leave before y'all fire me, because Disney owns ESPN. So it's kind of like you effing up the brand. And let's put a little cherry on top. Would you invest your money behind somebody that's supposed to be the brand, your in front of your brand, the face of your brand? Would you put $100 million behind him? That's a lot of money. Would you put that money behind him? And you got your parent company that sells all this stuff to kids, and the person that you investing in is in front of the audience, and on top of that, with a white woman. And I ain't going into like the whole racism and all like that, but we got to call a spade a spade. You feel what I'm saying? Like Disney, that's been around for well over 100 years, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm pretty sure they got some type of racist tie somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? It just don't look good. And then supposed to you graping her and all. Come on, man. True, but some sign agreements within the industry. Far as what do you mean? Far as like on a baby mama aspect, or far as like if we just effing around, like which one you mean, Auntie? That's the industry money. Hey, listen, it is what it is on the industry money. We're gonna give them a quick second to respond because I want to know what she talking about. She say some signed an agreement within the industry, because I ain't never heard that one before. Like, do you mean like they signed a like kind of like a blanket agreement that they just know like, hey, you getting into this type of life, can't never open your mouth? But then it posed the question of, if that was the case, who is the agreement now necessarily with? Because you got to have like the meeting of the minds with with the parties. So it's kind of, because at that point it's like, if it's like a blanket thing contractually, it's kind of like, well, somebody has to be like the puppet master behind that to bring that contract to, like, bam, you weren't supposed to do this, now I got to hit you with this lawsuit type stuff. Well,